most subjects today relative to relationships, one way or another, will go down the road of narcissism. Narcissism is only one of the 4 primary personality disorders, borderline histrionic, and there's another one I can't remember right now, but I put it all into sin because it all leads to evil and it all brings harm, grief, sadness, shame, even harm. Harm, physical harm. And as I've mentioned before, I've seen these people lose value for marriages and relationships and cause such an extent of damage, not only to themselves, but to the person that they're with, primarily to the person that they're with, to such an extent that a lot of people never fully recover, or at least they carry the memory of the adverse behavior with them for the rest of their life, and the injuries, the psychological and physical injuries with them for the rest of their life, asking questions about what could they have done better, why did that happen, how could it be changed, how could it have been stopped. You cannot stop human nature. The only way the sinful nature will stop is when that person dies. It's an ongoing, lifelong battle. The sinful nature has different levels of access to different types of people, different ways in which they act and are brought up, raised, and the things that happen to them as children, and the different levels in which they're raised, and all that, the things that happen to them while they're being raised. But the primary part of the problem for most people is the failure for the individual to individuate and separate from the parents. And from what I've seen in a lot of cases, it's been sons being unable to individuate and separate from the mother. And I don't think people realize this is the root cause and source of narcissism. Now, sin itself and all the evil and destruction that comes with that, we're born with that. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. All, not some, all. Then hey, come on, mate, quick. Oh, what's he doing now? All have sinned, not some, but all. And the way in which sin works out from within to without, plays many different parts in our life. And most of the time, it brings destruction, be it micro-incrementally or in larger ways than that. It will bring destruction. What's the hold up, mate? What's the hold up? What's the hold up? Hey, what's the hold up? Let's go. Combine the sinful nature, the way in which you're raised negatively, be that by abuse or being spoiled. You have to look at it from both sides of the coin. I'm sorry about that interruption. I had a person, threatening person, looking at me, and then the dog going wayward. These are the things that can happen in moments. Happens in moments, split seconds, that can change your life. All these different things. See, a lot of people don't realize that narcissists or sinners, whatever you want to call them, these dysfunctional, damaging, self-trashing and harmful people can come from houses where they're spoiled as well, not just neglected on the one hand, but on the other hand spoiled. And these possibly are the worst ones, the spoiled ones, because they're determined to have their way, remain pedestalized, and the level of self-unawareness can be alarming, and the damage that it causes in their determination to lead people by way of what they think and believe, even if it's wrong or delusional, is extraordinary. Now, there's an unusual amount of people walking around here this morning. I don't normally see this many people. Even the dog is sus. So when you come into a relationship with one of these people, I've had several of them throughout the course of my life, you don't catch on at first. And what you do is as the space starts to appear, as the void starts to widen, you will not, hang on, you sit, please, sit. Sit. Stop it, come on. As the void starts to widen, and the negligence becomes broader and more obvious, the person that you're dealing with usually doesn't have the self-awareness to comprehend that you are aware of what is going on. So as you're pushing in harder, you're making them blinder, because you're enabling their disabled behavior and destructive behavior within the relationship. And that's what I remember when I had my kite mare and I shattered my ankle and broke my arm. It took me out for 12 months. I can remember vacuuming the pool on crutches, and the woman I was married to at the time, I divorced her, her son and her were sitting on the top veranda drinking tea. 21-year-old, 6'4" son was sitting on the veranda drinking tea while I was on crutches vacuuming the pool. This is the ignoramus, self-unawareness of these people. And I knew at some point it wasn't going to end well, and it didn't. The accident was a result of her negligence to arrangements we had made. And I'm telling you, these people not only damage you mentally, financially, but they can also cause your death, or even at least maim you permanently for the rest of your life. So you need to be very, very careful about the person that you're with, the children that they've raised. They're almost equally as evil and dysfunctional, and how you're going to find your way out of it. You have to get out of it, because there's no positivity of any kind that's going to lead to health, happiness, and wealth. These people will drain your money if you let them. Don't interconnect your finances with this person. Separate them immediately before they drain you. And most of all, as you sense your mental health and thinking declining or deteriorating or confusion, you have to decide at that point you need to get out, detach, make other arrangements, leave those people to the way they live and how they're going to ruin themselves and everyone else around them. Get back on track to a healthy life and never ever ever go back.